I'm 15 weeks pregnant and this week I'm craving strawberry rhubarb galette. We're gonna start by chopping up our rhubarb. I just trimmed the ends, and instead of just slicing it, I'm actually gonna cut it in half first because it can be kind of tart and I want it in smaller pieces around the strawberries. For my strawberries, I'm just going to trim the tops. I kind of want them to be chunkier, so I think I'm just gonna quarter them just so they're kind of in like bite-sized pieces. I don't want to jinx it, but this is the first week where I've actually felt like my nausea is starting to get better, and last week was not great. And I also feel like my energy has been a little higher this week and I've been able to get more work done. I haven't had to take a nap in a few weeks, so that's a bonus too because I got a lot to do before the baby comes. Rhubarb is tart, but because I'm not using that much, I'm just gonna add like a teaspoon or two of lemon juice. I'm gonna start with 3 tablespoons of cane sugar. I'll give this a little bit of a taste. I would add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I have this vanilla bean paste that I'm trying to use up and it's not as strong, so I'm probably gonna do double that. Just a pinch of salt, like 1/4 of a teaspoon, and then totally optional, but I think cardamom is like the best spice ever, so I'm gonna add a scant 1/4 of a teaspoon for just a hint of it. Give this a good mix. So now I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and then I'm gonna mix it in until all the fruit is nice and coated and the cornstarch basically becomes translucent. Okay, we're going to take our puff pastry. I thawed it according to the package instructions. I'm just gonna roll it out a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer this to a lined baking sheet now. So now we're going to go in with our fruit. Galettes are meant to be rustic, so this part is really however you want to do it. So you're just gonna fold it in to create like a slight lip around all the fruit and hold all those juices in. A lot of people will do an egg wash around the border, but I don't cook with eggs, so we're actually gonna use maple syrup. I find that it browns nicely in the oven. So we're just gonna use a pastry brush and give this like a light coating. Last but not least, I like to add a little crunch to the crust. So we're going to sprinkle some turbinado sugar on top. Just gonna go around the edges. Again, probably like a tablespoonish. My oven's preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm gonna try to bake it for around 20 minutes or so, or until the crust is nice and golden. I let the galette sit for about 10 minutes before I sliced it to let everything thicken up a bit. As you can see, we got a nice glossy sauce with no dripping and a nice crispy bottom, which is exactly what I wanted. I also ended up cooking it for about 30 minutes instead of 20, and I'm glad I did. Time for a taste test. She's perfect. Let me show you how crispy the bottom actually got. You can see it's super not soggy. It's nice and golden. Berries perfectly jammy. This is exactly what I was craving. And on that note, I'll see you guys next week.